Alright guys, today we are going to be doing the showcase with Sazabi. Once again, this time around it's going to be a little bit different because I finally have time or resources actually to put into the unit enhancement. So I'm gonna see if I can make Sazabi looks good. Initially when I did the original showcase, the damage I put wasn't really what I anticipated. This time around I think it should be a little bit more different. I know that the Sazabi banner is already over, so you guys are watching this, you can't really summon for it anymore. But without any further ado, let's kind of check out the unit enhancement first, what I put into it, and then we're gonna go through the whole process of showing you guys the damage I put afterward. I think I'm just gonna use the same footage as I had for the original after I got this unit to T5, and then we're gonna do a quick comparison. I think it should be definitely a little bit more noticeable, but let's go to the unit enhancement page real quick. Alright, so here we are at the unit enhancement page. I'm just gonna quickly show you guys what I have for each of these 4 tabs, because I'm gonna start playing the footage of the testing that I have already done or already did. So these are the different spread that I have. For the additional weapons, I don't really see Sazabi using too much of the beam saber, so there really isn't a point into putting any resources into this one anyways. And this is the 3rd weapon. So starting off, I guess a little bit of a breakdown for this unit. There are a lot of things that the Sazabi wants to do, obviously with the evasions and all that. Even though the pilot in combination with the skill 1, the transcendent skill, and the skill 2, you might think you don't need additional evasion on this unit, but I think you would need a little bit more, because initially you don't really have like a higher than 50% right out the bat. Because if you don't really attack initially, you're not really, let's say, increasing that gauge or that EXP evasion, so you could pretty much lead yourself into a little bit vulnerable for the enemy to just kind of one-shot you per se. So I feel like having just a little bit 6% should be enough for the time being. I know that right now for a blue element unit we don't really have like those better equipments that we should be getting. I think the one that I'm anticipating we'll be getting is the one that has the victory 2 image in the background. I think that one also increases the evasion rate as well. So until we get that, I think this is probably what people should be doing, just to give a little bit more. The attack is definitely something that's a must-have. I don't really want to put into the HP or the defense, just because this unit, you know, there supposedly is a damage dealer. But the other way to build around is if you want to go for future proving this unit. I think eventually this unit is not going to be the main staple for main DPS anyway. It's probably going to be playing that sub DPS role supporting. So if you want to go all for evasion, that's totally fine. There's definitely no problem with that. Or you might want to go for HP defense because you want this unit to survive a little bit longer. It's definitely up to you guys. But going down to the main weapon, this is where the unit is gonna another problem arise, because charging up the EXP gauge takes roughly about 20 seconds. So we need to do something about that, because a lot of those buffs kind of runs out, like their effects runs out after 20 seconds. So we want to ensure that we have the ability to have a faster EXP rotation. So that's why we do need to pump a little bit more into the EXP gauge. I think so for Sazabi, you can definitely build it both ways. You can build it for present global, where you wanna give a little bit more to the power base as well, or you can future proof this unit right now by pumping everything into the EXP gauge, so you can ensure that you have a faster EXP improvement. Through my testing, I would say that even if you have it at 6%, you're gaining a pretty sizable, not really sizable, like a good 2-3 seconds, right? So that's actually, it makes a difference if you do that to both the main weapon and the 3rd weapon. So that's definitely something I would encourage you guys, at least like a good 6 to 10% of people. I think that should definitely make the difference. But if you want to go for like a future proof, having Sazabi to play that sub DPS support type role, definitely go for all out EXQ gauge, and then you would definitely have a faster time. Because by that time where Sazabi is starting to phase out as like the main role is to do damage, I think we should unlock more levelings for all of the slots. Additional weapon, don't need to talk about that, because most of the time it's not going to be using beam sabers anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Third weapon is pretty much the same idea as main weapon. We want to put in a little bit of the EXQ gauge so that we can ensure faster EXQ rotation. So 6% is what I put. That roughly dropped down to like a 3 to 4 seconds, so 16 seconds if we will. So that's actually not the worst, right? I'm also going to be putting in a little bit more power so we can potentially do some, extra damage, right? But that's pretty much what I have. I pretty much ran out of material, so luckily I was able to get majority of what I want in here. So I think right now we can actually hop into some actual arena so you guys can see how powerful the unit is. Alright, hopping into the first arena match of the day. Looking pretty rough already, I feel like. I'm gonna see how I want to play this. I think I'm just going to be doing this. So the enemy also has a max out Sazabi alongside with a Hakashiki, so putting on that back line is actually pretty tricky of that. So we can actually just, we can't really do too much on that. For this situation, I think I built Saabi on more of like the increased accuracy, because I know that this team has a lot of unit that does a lot of high evasion rate, so I did that. All the other unit, or I guess I built for like a higher HP threshold so we can potentially take some hits. Front line for Sazabi, because that's what is capable of doing. So so far I don't think Hakashiki, oh, we actually died, that's unfortunate. I think Hakashiki's EXQ kicks in twice already, so that's why we just kinda didn't make it. Oh, we won. I don't want to check the battle status afterward. This is a problem with the Saabi. You might think the evasion rate is high enough already, but if we don't get in enough hits, we just don't make it. So this is a situation I went for the offense with using the accuracy modules, because I know the enemy has that, but I think as a result I end up dying. So we didn't really do too bad. We were able to use at least a third weapon, EXQ. I guess we were able to give some buffs to nobody actually, or or Eskin actually could have taken advantage of that. So it's not bad. On the log we can kind of see that. We just weren't really able to deal damage. Like did we even die? Oh, we did. Like right here, the evasion was. But what? I see what happened. I think it was a Zaku probably hit me with like an EXQ or something like that. Oh, but So yep, the evasion wave was it was good enough, but at the same time there were just a lot of hits that I could have avoided, but I just didn't. So that's unfortunate. But at least we end up winning, so that's all that matters. For this setup, I went for a double equipment with evasion, and then the sub ability also has evasion as well. So this is, I guess we're gonna play for stalling the timer if possible. So this is probably what I would do for this situation. Probably gonna line it up right here, because this enemy is pretty sneaky, tossing in the Zook or Zagu, whatever you want to call it. I think it's Zook, right? So it's actually a pretty fun unit to use for early global timeline, because we don't really have a lot of tank unit, so it does a pretty good job of stalling. So you guys can see that the evasion is kicking in, so we love to see that. Extra 14% right out the bat is actually pretty sizable if you consider like all the enemy probably would center their attack on you, so we evade again, so that's pretty nice. Even though we didn't do a lot of damage, but we were able to survive. That's all that matters in arena. If you can evade, if you can survive, that's actually good, because you can always do more damage after that. Luckily this enemy does not have a Hakashiki, so that's why we were able to win effortlessly, so that's good. This one is pretty scary. We have a blue Destiny Unit 1 and then a Hakashiki. So how would I even play this one? Yeah, that's kinda... I think I'm just gonna put it where it is right now and then hope for the best, honestly. Or I can do this actually. I will actually do this instead. I'm not gonna put Sazabi up front, because I know dealing with a raid unit doesn't necessarily work out the best being a generic unit, so I think this might be the best placement. The only thing that we cannot really control is how fast the EXQ goes off for the Hakashiki. That's probably the only thing we will probably die from. Oh wow. I don't think so far. Yeah, we just couldn't make it. Yeah, this is a lost cause because we will check the battle report for this one, but I'm pretty sure we died from this because Takashiki just went all out, probably executing like a good 2 AoE attack on us where we just couldn't do much. But I think there's definitely more than that. I think it's definitely that blue Destiny Unit 1 targeting my Zeta, which I mean Zeta did pretty well. Oh wow. went and died right away, but I think the main thing is this right there for sure. We'll check what happened with Sazabi. I mean, like we had extra 14%, so there's no way we just couldn't. So wow, reactivate EXQ pretty quick, and then evade. We did a lot of evading, and then how did we even die? I want to see right now how did we even die? Oh wow. Oh, we got hit by Thunderbolt? Oh, it was down by Hakashiki. Yeah, that's expected. Yep. Kind of unfortunate, but I mean, like, it is what it is. So, there's definitely some limitation with what Sazabi could do by itself, right? So, we'll probably do one more, and then we'll probably hop into the Battle Rush. Alright, so for this match, we changed up the setup because I saw 2 green unit, and there really isn't a point to bring S-Gundam in this one anyway. So maybe even having a blue unit in this setup may not result that good, but I think this should be fine. The only thing that I'm probably worried about is just actually their Zetas and then the Zaku one. I think that's probably the biggest problem I might have, but let's kind of see. I forgot what kind of level, like what kind of transcendent level they're at, so I'm kind of iffy about it right now, but I think alright, yeah, I think we're doing fine. So far we're doing fine. I'm seeing that Sazabi's not even taking any damage. That's great. Oh wow. Cool. We got an early double on that one. Didn't really see too much action going on. I think did we even invade at all? I don't think so. But that's gonna be pretty much it. So you guys can see that in arena, it really depends on the setup. You can do millions of things. It can either go right or wrong. It just really depends. But I feel like having an extra 14% on the evasion for the time being is actually pretty good. You guys can definitely do more in the unit enhancement aspect of it to be a lot more better, if you will. But I think currently what I have is just enough. I think, you know, once we do get better blue element unit, I might actually just, you know, put Sazabi in the sideline, and even at that point in time, maybe when we have sub skill, that's gonna be the time. Alright, Sazabi's gonna go on that sub slot. So but right now, let's kind of hop into a quick battle rush and see how that goes. I'm pretty sure you guys saw that in probably yesterday's video or 2 days ago when I did the actual battle rush, but I want to showcase this in more like the unit or like the setup that I had been using throughout, so we can kind of get a better glimpse. Alright, so I was able to reset HP again, so assuming because I was able to clear the battle stage already, they didn't matter anymore. So the only thing that I changed from my original setup is I swap out Mark II with Gundam Thunderbolt because I probably want a tank instead. Front slot is probably what I want to put because we want to be taking on a damage, so we can transfer that or transition that into raw damage because evasion equals more power for this unit. So that's probably what I will do for the setup, and then we can probably just move it like right here. I don't have a problem with putting Sazabi right in the center, so I will probably do this 2 speed for this one. So yeah, we are evading big time. Let's go. I did still have the 14% double evasion equipment, so damage wise it might not be impressive as far as how I used it 2 days ago on the other video, but I think overall it's simply I just want to showcase out the longevity for this unit, and then just the damage output potentially. I think first and foremost, having that higher evasion rate is definitely good for just sheer survivability because we are invading. So that's Pog. We have Escanum already went down, unfortunately. And keep that in mind for this. Oh, I was about to say for the setup we do have a healer because we do have new Gundam, but overall pretty good. So I feel like there's definitely multiple ways you can look at Sazabi. It's definitely more user friendly in more enemy setup. I think right now we're not doing too hot as far as damage wise because we only have one enemy left to deal with. But other than that, I mean that's a wrap right there, right? So another interesting point about these generate unit, I think like once the enemy have like a sliver of HP left, they tend to go in for like a good melee slash or just like a melee hit. So I don't know what kind of programming that is or that's the functionality of it, but I think I have started to notice it, and then I know another one of my guys over in Discord actually pointed it out as well. So it's something we noticed as well. But I think that's gonna be pretty much it. So that's definitely a pretty good showcasing of how good this Saabi is in different situation. I'm just right now waiting for the better equipments to come. I don't know when we'll have that raid battle. It's just gonna be like the same raid that we just had. It's just a matter of fact when we have it, because we still have 3 elements left to have better equipment. So like blue element, what else are we missing? Like yellow element, and then I think that's pretty much it, right? Now we need purple, blue, and then yellow. Yeah. So those are the 3 missing at the moment, but so far pretty good damage. I'm pretty proud of the Sazabi. And guess who's right below that? We have Rick Z. What? That's crazy. Man, what a good sub DPS right there. But other than that, that's gonna be pretty much it for me, and I'll be catching you guys all on the next one.